Hello and welcome to the what was it now, the 26th episode of the Pod Daddy podcast with me, Daddy Randy, and my fellow daddy, Daddy Pie.
A pie daddy here.
He is the Daddy Pie here. We've mentioned before that we were going to talk about a few specific things, but my brain isn't quite there. Ah, yes, of course. What did we want to talk about? Dahmer, was it?
Yes, Dahmer and the fans.
Right. I haven't really gotten that deep into it, really. But yeah, I looked up YouTube, a couple of YouTuber preferences. Really, I didn't want to get into the Netflix stuff. It's literally 60 minutes per one episode,
Oh,
and
so
I
you've
feel
done
like
your
I'm
research. All right.
what?
You've done your research.
To some degree, not a lot.
Yeah. All
I
right.
can only compare him to other folks. Like his upbringing wasn't as traumatic as the other, killers. He only got famous because he died. He was in prison and the like. But if you could paint the picture better, I'll let you go. Go ahead. That is.
All right. So, did you compare him to the other greats like Charles Manson, Dave Berkowitz, Ted Bundy?
Not very
Uh,
specifically. I mean, I just, in my mind, this guy drank he really drank a lot as a kid. He had family issues, parents, but it's not anything traumatizing too much. Any old kid could have those problems in his life.
uh,
What else?
Basically, everyone has those problems in their life. I mean, you can't tell me it's like a healthy childhood you can have without, a little bit of daddy and mommy fight.
Yeah, especially at night. You don't know what's going on. All you hear is them, going at it in the bed. And you
Yeah,
think, why are they fighting again? But you have to sleep because if you show up, you're gonna make it worse. And somehow you're right. Yeah,
so
but
you rub one
apologies.
out.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. What else did you discover?
oh yeah, he used to drink a lot. A lot of what he has become is because of his sexual frustrations. Apparently, the man likes other men, and he lived in a society where that's not okay. So the way he let it out is by killing people eventually. Most of his victims were black males. I can only attribute that to not only his homosexuality but also his jealousy of their penises.
Of
Uh,
course, like why would you not kill a black man if you're not jealous of his like girthy penis?
yeah, of course, and
What I
also
what
he
I don't
he
understand
died.
is the Asians.
Yeah.
Like
What?
what
What?
why did he kill the Asians? The Asians are like tic tac dicks. Like was he intimidated by it?
I don't know. I think he switched from hard mode to casual for a bit.
Understandable. That was a lot.
Yeah. I find it somewhat ironic that he ended up dying because of a black male.
Oh how the turntables have turned.
Oh yeah.
And they have turned.
Yes.
And they are
Yeah, but
tables.
before, I think after his first victim, nobody knew anything, but after a while, he turned to religion to try to, not kill people. He thought of that as his way out, but he didn't really, put that much effort into it. At that point, he had a problem. He didn't really stick to any job for a long time, if I'm right.
True. Yes,
And
yes.
yeah, eventually his father went, okay, you gotta go to the military. Because back in the day, if you wanted to fix your children, you just send them to where they are capable of killing people. It
Military.
was,
The good old fashioned way.
yeah. And, it was there that that other people saw that he didn't really get that much pussy in his life. And he
Yeah.
went out of his way to not, to, I just remember his fellow soldiers trying to help him to find a female in his life, but he didn't go for the opportunity they gave him. and there was this weird message he got from someone: meet me somewhere and I'll suck you off. It was an anonymous message. He doesn't know who it is, but it made him go insane. He didn't really go to that place, but he started masturbating. Oh yeah, no, I'm remembering more and more stuff. This guy, at that point in his life, after his first victim, after going to the military and trying his best not to be a heterosexual, and after that very specific message, he he turned to masturbation, and the way he tried to put out his frustrations is by eventually dealing with mannequins. He actually stole a mannequin. He took it, he put it in a trash bag, got onto a taxi, and the driver for some reason did not ask him why that humanoid shaped figure inside the bag is there. And then,
Well,
he got away with it. Yeah.
well, maybe he's on coming out of his shift, and he was trying his best, and then he was he's trying his best to go back home because he started it's late at night, and Texas was like, nah, he's taking out the trash.
Yeah. At that point, he was living with with his grandmother. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, at that time with his grandmommy.
Yeah. It kept getting worse. I think he tried, a few small things in the beginning, but eventually it became a little too much to do with a mannequin, even though anything you do with a mannequin is too much. And
I mean,
his grandmother caught him with it.
he did explain that it's for he didn't have enough money for a teddy bear, so he had to borrow a mannequin. Okay.
Was that the case?
No.
Yeah. Well, it was theft anyway.
He borrowed it. She threw it away. He couldn't return it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. If we're really gonna go into a lot of the details, we're gonna take a while, but I guess that's fine. That's as far as I remember. Actually, there is something. If we go back in time, I don't remember much about his first victim and how he got there.
Oh, the hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker, right? Yeah. But apparently, a cop stopped him while the hitchhiker's dead body was in the back seat, not even in the trunk. And the cop, for some reason, didn't even try to look or search for this guy's back seat.
He just turned 18. He's making bad decisions. He's white.
Yeah.
It's understandable why the cop was like, you know what? Have a nice day, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, that's as far as I remember.
Whiteness. Stuff like that,
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure if... here's the thing about Netflix. They did not mention that he decapitated heads and used their necks and heads as, a tool to fuck and masturbated on both of them.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I forgot about that part.
His Alfredo sauce was spread all over their neck and head.
Yeah.
They showed you a lot of gruesome stuff on that show, but what they didn't show you is how he decapitated the head, and he just started rubbing one out, shining the dark night, shining his sword, one might say.
Yeah.
His milkshakes brings all the boys to the yard.
Well, he brings them and then, makes the milkshake.
Exactly, white with let's say vanilla with chocolate, and then you mix it up together, get a good milkshake on a Sunday.
Yeah. He eventually had what, 7 victims?
17.
17, right, of course. And his alternative was to just be gay, really.
Yeah.
Just be like the other ones, but no. He had to be special.
You can't be like everyone else. You gotta kick it up a notch. It's like let's take controlling people's minds for a second. All right.
All right.
Telling them to do something, and you're not responsible for it. That's what Charles Manson did. He said, I'm not a murderer. I, I just told them to do something and they did it. Why am I being blamed for all of this?
And okay, that's an
All right.
argument. Let's see
No,
how it holds up
yeah.
in court.
All right. You got Ted Bundy. He wasn't your typical douchebag fuckboy. Nah, he had to go from state to state. Made a name. He just said the name is Ted. That's all. With a beautiful smile. Everyone describes his smile was beautiful. He was an amazing person and everything, but he had to stand out. You know, he wanted to be different. So did
At
Jeffrey
least,
Dahmer. He said, I didn't want to be this gay person in the 70s or 80s or 90s. No. No, 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 no. I'm gonna eat them. Literally. Like, he's like, I'm gonna eat your ass. And he's like, alright. Then the other person's like, I'm gonna eat your heart. And he's like, aren't you romantic? 10 seconds later, he's actually dead and eating his heart.
yeah. It's
Like,
it's weird that the way he became famous is just because he died, even though he did all these things. Comparison to Ted Bundy, who was far too, famous during the
trials?
courts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I sympathize with the Dahmer person. I sympathize with him a lot because I would say he had a rough childhood. His father wasn't around a lot. His mom was a nagging whore. Took a lot of pills while she was pregnant with the poor bastard. And no one actually gave a fuck about him other than his father in a short period of time. And then he was left alone when his mom was like, alright, deuces, I'm dipping, I'm taking your brother. Fuck you. Bye bye. Fucked off. He was home alone. He became buffed. There was no internet, so he was looking at Playboys or magazines of muscular men. Eventually, he saw a hitchhiker, a running dude. Couldn't get the running dude, got the hitchhiker, wanted to eat him up, but he cut him up and burned him.
It was until that hitchhiker point that it's okay to sympathize with him. After that, it's a lot of it is on him.
It is on him. Yep. But he did say it is a sickness that he can't, he couldn't control. He just had to go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I don't really take, personal notes from these people very seriously. But please do share whenever you want. To me, when someone gives me a reason why he killed 17 people, I don't expect it to be true. It feels like he says it because someone asked him to. Otherwise, he wouldn't really have that big of a reason. It's just a desire.
Oh, quite right. It was a desire, sire.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know what started it. After his first victim, when he ate him, he said, I just knew there's no turning back. Fuck it. I'm eating humans for life.
Yeah. If you want someone who's a genuinely of psychopathic nature, let's say, there's a video out there called, the channel is called JCS Criminal Psychology. It's a bit of a shout out to that YouTube channel.
Hold on. JCS?
Yeah, I think JCS. If not, just type criminal psychology.
Yeah, there it is. I found it.
Alright. One of the videos is about someone who... Oh man, I don't remember which video it is because it shows you a bit of a contrast. Something about an actual killer here. I'll give him a look, but meanwhile, do tell me about this Dahmer guy.
Well, to be honest, I'm kind of bored from Dahmer because it's the talk of the century right now for some fucking reason. It's like everyone was been enlightened by who Dahmer is and what he did. Like, he wasn't there for a really long time. Even at work, all I hear is, oh, did you see what Dahmer did? No, actually, he did this because of this, and right now people are actually searching for the pictures. There are some Polaroid pictures out there if you want to look at it. The way he fucked up his victims and took pictures of them was just too gruesome, man. But talk about serial killers, it's like, oh my god, did you know that he actually did this, and that? Like, bitch, of course, half of us did, but no one mentions it because no one was fucking interested in that shit.
Yeah.
But once the show is out, oh no, wow. Let's talk about this Dahmer shit. And I was a huge fan because my number one was Ted Bundy. After that, it's Jeffrey Dahmer, then The Night Stalker, then Dave Berkowitz, then Charles Manson.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. And of
All right.
course, for some reason, we as a global society now, we always need this new conversation, like this new topic that needs to be discussed.
Just to
I
sound
mean,
interesting or what?
sorry?
Sound interesting to each other or what?
Yeah, they always need to have some topic like that divorce case. No, not the divorce itself.
Oh, Johnny
You
Depp and
know,
Amber Turd.
yeah. Something needs to be discussed for some
Yeah,
reason.
that was a trial for like 6 weeks or 7.
Yeah, but it's just a quotes thing.
Everyone was going live, and people on Twitch got famous because of that thing, because they're like analyzing the stuff that was happening. And then there were like
Yeah.
people in the chat who are like, good lawyers, and they were like, actually, no, she fucked up because of this, and that. And his lawyer, like, God bless her, like, God bless Latinos, man.
Yeah, it is unique in its own right. I did watch a few cuts of videos that were actually very funny.
It's actually beautiful. It spread awareness that actually men get abused in domestic relationship. Like there's domestic violence, sorry, for like not just only women but for men as well. Like that it's not because he's a man he's been told to suck it up. You're a man. You got this. But Johnny Depp proved everyone wrong, and how he proved it is he couldn't win an argument with a woman, so he brought a woman to win the argument for him against another female.
Yeah, and I apologize for bringing up a dead topic. It's just an example for how people need something to keep talking about. I
Yeah.
mean, not before that. It was just one dude, committing black on black crime on a stage. That was really all that.
And then that's okay, right?
Sure. I mean, they said it was okay. So why is everyone talking about it? Oh, it was anyway. Anyhow, the channel JCS Criminal Psychology. It's the first few minutes of the actual. Well, what's the last video? What pretending to be crazy looks like. It gives you an interrogation. Actually, it takes a while, maybe the first 10 minutes. But it shows you what someone who needs psychological help actually looks like or feels like.
All right.
It gives you a genuine hint. So it's about a guy who just took someone with him. It told him, "I'm going to I forgot something. One of those American shops.
Thrift shop.
Nah,
Walmart.
Walmart or something.
Alright.
He was planning on killing him for some. He doesn't know why. He just knows. I want to kill this person. Shoots him in the head. Gets out of the vehicle. The car crashes because the guy driving was the one who got shot. Left the vehicle and hitchhiked on the road. In his mind, he was going to Canada. To his luck, it was the sheriff who picked him up when he was trying to hitchhike. And eventually, it didn't take long for him to get caught, but because it's clear that he has some form of mental, dare I say, instability, he confessed to everything. He did not mind the way he confessed. He had no emotions whatsoever. He even brought up every single detail of how he shot this guy.
Wow.
And yeah, like the sheriff kept asking, but what the sheriff wanted was a motive, which he couldn't find with this guy. He kept asking time and time again, but the guy just kept saying he didn't give him any clear answers, basically. And that's someone who has a problem in the head. That's a real person with a problem in the head.
Yeah, that's actually like fucked up.
Yeah.
Which I really love.
Yeah. Going back to Dahmer, any other points you wish to bring up?
Can't think of one, to be honest. Like,
Right.
I was
Just
waiting for
remember
you
this.
to bring out points.
Yeah, just this one point I remembered. Apparently, this Dahmer guy at some point touched his brother while his brother was sleeping.
No fucking way.
Yeah, he did. He didn't go very far because his brother woke up. He thought he was in a deep sleep. He was trying to touch him. He got these desires, but his brother woke up. The next day, they talked about it, and then they never mentioned it again. It was so weird
Crap.
how that part ended.
I can't imagine, like, the brother's like, no, fuck, what the fuck, oh, that feels good. Wait a minute, hold up. Jeffrey? So,
Oh. What?
What are you doing?
No, nothing really. There was a cockroach
Where?
on your it's what the kids call cake these days. I'm not gonna refer to any other words.
Uh-huh. And, why is your pecker out?
My pecker. You see, even though the cockroach was on the cake, the pecker was jealous of the cockroach, okay? It's not you, it's just the cake. Nothing personal.
I'm gonna pretend this is like, a sleep paralysis type of thing, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, sleep paralysis. Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna ascend into darkness? Go back?
I'm just gonna go take a shit if that's yeah, I'll be leaving.
Yeah, alright. Well, ladies and gents, I believe, this concludes episode 26, was it?
Yeah.
Alright, this concludes episode 26, and we might ramble on for the next episode, so sayonara.